Hello everyone. Today I would like to discuss on combination. So we have good question for combination, which are actually from trial exam question, trial exam SPM last year, maybe a few years ago. So all these are actually good questions. So we try it out today for the SPM 2021. All right. So now let's see question like this. Okay, we have the combination or permutation and combination. So the first question is this one. Given that K, C, can you see that there is a C combination H equal to K, C, G. So express K in terms of H and G. Now how to do question like this? So we have one important formula whereby NCR equal to NCN minus R, right? Example, we have 5C2. We can say that 5C2 is equal to 5C5 minus 2, right? So if you press a calculator 5C3, now you try to take out your calculator, you press 5C2 and 5C3. 5C2 you get 10 for 5C2. Okay, for 5C3, you try and see whether you get 10 or not. You get 10 also. So both are actually equivalent to 10. So this is a formula that we will use to solve this question. Alright, so let's see how to solve this. So we want to find a space. So okay, we have K. Now we have KCH. Let me erase first. Okay, based on that formula, we have K, which is our N, K, C. Okay, let's write properly. Because we need to make sure we write properly, then we can see the K, C, H. So if I substitute, the K is the N, right? K, C, K is the N, so it becomes K minus, this is the R, right? We look at this side first. Okay, K minus H. Alright. So KCH is equivalent to this one. Then how about KCG? KCG will be equal to KC, K minus G, right? So we can say that these two are the same, isn't it? Okay, K minus H is equal to K minus G. So in this case, we can say that we are asking to prove that write the K in terms of the H and G. So let's see how to. Okay, so in this case, we can say that K is equal to, okay, we can say that K, C, K minus G is equal to K, C, H, right? So these are the same. So we can say that these two are the same. So K minus G equal to H. So K in terms of H will be G plus H. Okay, we just make it equal. Right, so we have to do comparison. Okay, we just compare the one that we can relate to. We actually compare like this, these two. Okay. Alright, so we have solved one question by using this formula. Do you understand? If you don't understand, I explain again. Okay, I explain again. Alright, some of you maybe you still can understand. So I do as slow as possible. Let's see. We have KCH. KCH equal to KC K minus H. Why? because our formula NCR equal to NCN minus R based on this formula. Alright. Okay, based on the formula, we also do for KCG. So let's write KCG is equal to KCK minus G. Alright, and then we see this one and this one. Okay, I'll use a highlighter. These two, we make it the same because both are equivalent. So then we can say H is equal to K minus G. But the question want the K in terms of the H and G. So that means we need to bring over this thing to the left. So that means K equal to H plus G. Right? K equal to H plus G, or G plus H, the same. Right, now we want to solve this one. 8C3 is equal to 8Cn. State the value of n. Okay, so we actually have the formula NCR equal to NCN minus R, right? So we can say that 8C3 equal to 8 minus 3, right? So it's 8C5. So that means n, it will be 5, right? Because 8C3 is equal to 8Cn, so n equal to 5. Alright, that is how you solve the question involving finding the value of n here. N is equal to 5. Okay, so we have solved one question already. So if I ask you to present the step, that is how you do. That means you work out and then you explain to people until people understand. Alright? Okay, I do one more question. So when it comes to presentation, you should explain how you get the answer, not the answer. Actually, I give you the answer already. So you can refer to the answer and then you maybe you work out the working. Okay, state the value of xcx. Okay, in order to find xx, maybe you all can say that, okay guys, you press the calculator 5C5, or maybe you try 10C10. What do you get? Is 1, isn't it? So you choose NCN is 1. Okay, choose all the objects from the sample is one way. Okay, so then we see this one. For question B, a question paper consists of A and B. Each part contains 5 questions. That means part A got 5, part B also got 5, right? Each part got 5 questions. Okay, so calculate the number of A. We want the number of A. Student needs to choose 3 questions from A. Okay, A we want 3 questions and 2 questions from B. Okay, that means we will use a combination, right? Because order is not important. So for section A, we have 5 questions. We want to choose 3, followed by section B, we got 5 questions, right? Each section consists of 5 questions here, right? So 5C, 2 questions from section B. So then you press your calculator. 5C3 times 5C2. 5C3 times 5C2. So guys, you all get 100, isn't it, the answer? Okay, that is how you explain your answer. Okay, how you present your answer. Show the proper steps so that people understand. Okay, so I just share one more question. Example like this, solve the equation. You want to solve this equation, right? How are you going to solve this equation? That means we need to find the R, right? Okay, so this is a question involving finding R. So we have the formula for NCR. Still remember NCR is equal to n. We have to use a factorial. N factorial, n minus R factorial, and then R factorial, right? So you have to use a formula. Okay, let's see this one. This is actually 6, right? 6. This is 6, huh? 6 CR, so I will write 6 factorial, right, over 6 minus R factorial over R factorial is equal to 5 times, this is 4, right, this is 4, so 4 factorial over 4 minus R factorial, then the R factorial, and then I will cancel out the R factorial, both sides also got, right. Now we want to solve this, right, so we write 6 times 5 times 4 factorial over 6 minus R factorial. We leave it first. We solve the 4 factorial first, okay, step by step we do 4 minus R factorial, so then we cancel out 4 factorial. Some more we can cancel out the 5, isn't it? 5 also can be cancelled out. Now we have balance like this. See, I'm going to write down the balance. We have 6 over 6 minus R factorial over 1 over 4 minus R factorial. Okay, now we have 4 minus R factorial, so we have to use a shortcut like this. If we have the let's say we have the n factorial, right, our formula will be n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, so on and so forth factorial, right, isn't it? So now we want to apply, if 6 minus R factorial, I'm going to write using the factorial formula. So I will write 6, I will write what? I will write, okay, I'm going to write 6 minus R times 6 minus R minus 1, you know. Okay, I have 5, isn't it? Okay, one more, times 6 minus R minus 2 until I can see 4 factorial. Actually, in fact, this is a 4 factorial, right? Can you see that? Okay, now you see, I'm going to simplify. This one is 4 minus R factorial. Okay, so if I expand this thing like this, I can cancel out this thing, you know. This is 5 minus R. Okay. Okay, so let me write nicely. Okay, so let's go up and write properly. Okay, so I'm going to show you the step to simplify this thing. It's a bit complicated. So you see, I have 6 over 6 minus R factorial, right? Okay, instead of write 6 minus R factorial, I'm going to write 5 minus R 4 minus R factorial. As you can see here, I just show you. Okay, 6 minus R factorial. I can expand like this. So this thing is equal to 1 over 4 minus R factorial. My purpose is to cancel out this 4 minus R factorial, right? It seems like very simple right now, isn't it? See, I'm going to show you 6 is equal to this thing, I times to the other side, these two. It will be 6 minus R and then 5 minus R, right? Okay, so I'm sure you know how to simplify. 6 times 5, 6 times 5, you get 30. 6 times negative R, negative 6R, negative 5R, negative and negative become positive R squared, right? Okay, let's simplify further. So we will have the answer, which is R squared. We have minus 11 minus 5 minus 11R, and then 30 minus 6 will be positive 24, right? Okay, so if we factorize R minus 8, R minus 3 equal to 0, right? So our answer, we will have R obviously will be two answer, but we will choose either one. So let's see the question. R cannot be more than 6, right? So we can't accept 8 because our answer R is 8 is more than the 6. So we only can accept R equal to 3. Got it? Okay, so you have to solve it carefully until you can factorize. All right, that's all my sharing for today about the combination and permutation presentation of the working. So in future, if I want you to present, you have to show me the step. Okay, so till then, bye bye and have a nice day.